How does one balance spiritual life with everyday worldly life? I begin with the Zen koan. Joshu asked Nansen, "What is the path?" Nansen said, "Everyday life is the path." Joshu asked, "Can it be studied?" Nansen said, "If you try to study, you will be far away from it." Joshu asked, "If I do not study, how can I know it is the path?" Nansen said, "The path does not belong to the perception world. Neither does it belong to the non-perception world. Cognition is a delusion and non-cognition is senseless. If you want to reach the true path beyond doubt, place yourself in the same freedom as sky. You name it neither good nor not good." At these words, Joshu was enlightened. Now, a spiritual person should not differentiate between spirituality and everyday life. Everything we do has spiritual effects. Even if we tell a lie, that has spiritual effects, and it is definitely advisable to be mindful no matter what we do, even if telling a lie or otherwise defying our own ethical standards. How does it feel to lie? Are we willing to accept the karmic consequences of that? If not, then why are we doing it? We should never forget that we are spiritual beings endeavoring to untangle our karmic entanglements. Whether we are in a monastic cell, a cave, or a Walmart, we are subject to the same spiritual laws. Mindfulness is the key to a worldly yet still spiritual life. Driving a car, brushing one's teeth, eating dinner, making love, everything becomes a powerful spiritual practice so long as we maintain mindfulness. Stay awake, don't act like an NPC out of blind force of habit. Be aware of what is happening inside us and out, and we will make more progress than a semi-conscious dogmatist living in a temple.
In order to learn how to balance our worldly and spiritual life, we have to have them in their proper context. The worldly life is really about survival. It's having enough food to eat, being able to have enough freedom that you don't have to constantly think about your own survival. And spiritual life is really about the active pursuit of truth and who we are. The problem that usually arises is that basically we start seeking pleasure and comfort, and that's mostly what the world teaches. And so to get out of that, we have to have a strong determination.
Integrity is central to anything that we do, because if one part of us is going into one direction and the other part is going into another, then we get nowhere. Spirituality is the deepest part of who we are, but it's also the subtlest, and the world is full of superficial noise. If spirituality is not aligned with other parts of our lives, it'll get lost in the noise and become irrelevant.
How do you balance your spiritual life with your worldly life? The spiritual life is that of renouncement, renunciation, and abandonment of materialistic thinking and views that only create suffering. Such views are always seen as gains and losses for oneself, for that of others, and that of society. In Zen, the student is often presented with the impossible question, the koan, and where there is no answer to give. No matter how hard the student tries to answer the question, they cannot, and this generates suffering that the Zen student can see for themselves. The only way out of the suffering is to surrender. The spiritual life is only attainable when you choose to abandon, to relinquish, and to renounce your very own materialistic thinking and views that often dwell upon the impossible questions in where there are no answers.
The truth is that there is no dualism, no split that exists outside of us being mistaken. We can't escape into unreality just because we don't like reality. We have a choice to wake up. Working towards this, life can renew itself with an entirely new flavor. Awareness, of course, is always there, no matter where you are, what clothes you have on, or what concepts you chose to embrace for the day. There is a choice to be had in life, one of vital lightness and wakefulness, or one of heavy attachments. Either way, reality will continue to spontaneously arise in consciousness until it doesn't.